Hello, it's Rachel Reva here, founder of Life on Her Terms Media. I want to talk to you today about Elvis. Yes, the King. I don't know if you have seen the recent Elvis movie by Baz Luhrmann. I was so excited to see it. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Elvis fan, and he and I are forever linked, and I'll tell you why. My birthday is on the 16th of August, and for those of you who don't know, that is the anniversary of his death. I wasn't born the year he died, but every time I had a birthday, there was always 24 hours of Elvis playing all over the radio, all over the TV, 24 hours of Elvis on TBS, how I grew up. So I always grew up with it. And I also had a father who really loved his music too. So obviously the man's an icon. And I really love the fact that Baz Luhrmann took this project on because I've seen so many Elvis films and impersonators, and it's nice, but I'm like, you're never gonna get there. It's Elvis. You can't copy the guy. But I have to say, it was a really good film. But as with any good film, I usually walk out and I'm taking notes. Like I take notes in the cinema. I don't know if anyone else does that, but there were some lessons that came from this film for me, from just a little bit of the insight they gave into his story. And it's so easy to see the superstardom and the success and not really understand behind the scenes what's going on. So I'm going to say this for like just straight up. I found the movie a little hard to watch. And it was beautiful, and it was a really good reflection, I believe, of parts of his story. And the actor, Austin Butler, he was incredible. He was absolutely phenomenal. He was the right choice for sure. So that was cool. But I want to say, usually I only like sharing inspiring stuff, but this one was a little bit hard to watch. And but there were 4 lessons I want to share with you about business and visibility that I really do think this movie and this story really showed me. Number 1, it matters who you trust. Whether or not you know much about Elvis's story, he had a manager called Colonel Tom Parker who clearly helped him a lot. Okay, he helped him a lot in the process. But what was a really good relationship became something else and something quite toxic. And the truth is, who he trusted would eventually start leading to his downfall. And I know and believe that God puts people in our life for a season, mostly. Some people for a season or a reason or a lifetime. It's very rare that he puts people in our place for a lifetime. And there was a time that he really could have separated from Parker and gone on his own, but he didn't. And I think a lot of that was due to misguided loyalty. And gosh, I could go into so much there, but I think sometimes, especially when we're nice people, we've got a heart for people, you want to keep everybody, but not everybody is meant to be kept. So number 1, it matters who you trust. Make sure that you are taking account of who you're trusting in your life, in your business, in your finances specifically. And that was really hard to watch, seeing what happened in that relationship, to be honest, because while he had create and amplify that man would have been a star no matter what. So I think sometimes we think, oh, this person has helped me got to this level and I can't be them without them. That's not true. If God has given you a gift, he's not going to take that gift away. Obviously, honor the people who have helped you along the journey, but don't feel guilted into keeping anybody if it's no longer working for you or for your business. And that could be with a coach, that could be with anything, a friend, that could be with a relationship, that could be with anything, but it matters who you trust, okay? Number 2, showcasing authenticity will cost you. One of my favorite Elvis songs is If I Can Dream. And it was a really powerful moment for Elvis in particular. He put a lot on the line for that moment. If you know anything about that time, they used to do a lot of Christmas specials, and they wanted him to do like a Christmassy feel-good song. But culturally, there was so much happening in America at the time. There had just been assassination. I think it was Robert Kennedy at the time, I believe. But the point is, America was in turmoil and grieving, and he felt really powerful about this song. And I thought it was really interesting because it went into behind the scenes, and he was nearly sued for making a choice that, the network didn't agree with at the time. And it became one of his keynote performances of all time. It really did. But showcasing your authenticity will cost you. You'll have to fight for it. And whether you are a singer or a writer, or maybe you're just a consultant, or maybe you're a designer, if you really believe in something, if you have a conviction, fight for it. But it will cost you. Don't think it won't. If it comes with opposition, welcome to the club. So I felt that was a really poignant moment because I love this scene. I love this scene because to me, it's him showing him without anybody else on him, without I have to do this. That was him showing his gift in its fullest. And it was so beautiful to witness, because when someone is showing us their full authentic self, you cannot help but not look away. You just want to look. It inspires you to be more authentic too. So whatever that is for you, me, I'm a writer, I'm a talker, I'm a speaker. I love when someone just says, just go for it, Rachel, and you have to talk about this or that. When I can just be me, oh my gosh. there's such joy that comes out because I feel free. So authenticity is a must, but yeah, it's going to cost you something along the way. Just know that, but it is worth it. Number three, the media is a powerful force. I got to give it to Colonel Tom Parker. He knew how to use the media. He knew the importance of creating a narrative, specifically back then when the media was so powerful and we didn't have the social media to kind of negate things and to offer other opinions and other platforms at the time. I think Elvis would have had his own Instagram account and TikTok account. I don't think he would have needed the media in the same way. But the media is a powerful force. And if you still aren't sure about that, and when I'm talking about media, I am talking about social media too, by the way, because just so you know, producers scroll Instagram. They're looking all the time online, seeing what is checking, what is trending. So many influencers now have been discovered on these online platforms. So when I'm talking about getting visible and using the media, I'm talking about traditional media outlets, radio, online, news, TV, as well as podcasts and social media outlets and TikTok and LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook and all the things. It all matters, but particularly media. I'm going to tell you why. If you're wanting to go to the next level, I've had clients who are like, I really want to get on a TED stage. Well, one of the things a lot of platforms will ask you is, do you have a media portfolio? Where have you been featured? I had a client once who really wanted to get a visa in the US, and they said, we need to see that you're credible in your space. And her media credit was a really big part of that portfolio. Your media, the body of work you're building in the media is a powerful thing, not just for your business, but it's for your credibility, it's for your confidence. Yes, it attracts clients to you, but it's building a credibility that you can use for anything that you need to, okay? It is a powerful, powerful force. Anyway, I could keep going on about this. Obviously, I'm really passionate about it. I think it's very easy to criticize media, but we shouldn't be criticizing it. We should be engaging with it. That's what we should be doing. You don't like something, then change it, okay? I think the women who came before you, they fought so hard to have a voice. They fought so hard to have a vote. So use your voice today. Engage with the media outlets. If you don't like what they're printing, give them a better story. That's what our job is, okay? Number four. This is not the best note to leave on, but people will use you. They will. You just got to, the more that you grow, the more your presence is amplified, people will try and use you. And I think it just goes back to, it really matters who you trust, and to always go back to your creator and go back to what feels right for your intuition, and make sure you don't get carried away by the crowd when the crowd gets bigger. And so in that way, this movie it was a beautiful celebration of the man, but it was also a warning, a warning of what can happen when things get bigger than the gift. And the gift is, oh my gosh, the man was so gifted. And I'm so glad that, this movie was made, because it's just able to kind of, it's brought him back again to another generation. But I have to say, I found it really hard to watch, because as someone who understands what can happen to people when their gift is on display, and when they are so gifted, don't let your gift be influenced by the wrong people. Don't let your business, your ministry, or your calling, or whatever it is, make sure the right people are in it, and make sure they're in it for the right reasons, okay? So if you're a woman in business and you're like, yeah, I want to get visible, it's time for me to get out there and create my own legacy and create my own Elvis moment, then I want to share with you our beautiful resource, which is called Become a Media Magnet. It's a free list, over 100 media outlets that are looking to feature women just like you, to talk about your business and to get visible and to become a thought leader in that industry. It's free. Pitching is free. So it's a great place to start. We'll put that link below. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope this inspires you a little bit, even though it's a little bit, not every moment is there's a little bit of sadness with that, but even that, I believe in keeping it real and being authentic where I can. But the truth is, take the lessons from the icons, from the good and the bad. And I'm telling you, if you are ready to step out and get visible, now's your time. Stop waiting. You've got incredible gifts God has given you. So download that list and start pitching yourself today. Much love.